All right, guys, here we go. Today is the day we have finally arrived at the final boss. So last week, I uploaded a video on this, a $60 Temu level 4 rifle plate. And I was honestly shocked at how well this thing performed. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. I tell you what, just in case you missed the video, I'll go ahead and play a quick recap for you. 7.62 by 39. That is a lot of damage for a 7.62 by 39. It did stop it. 5.56 green tip. Not even close. The 6.5 Creedmoor. By far the most deformation that we've gotten so far. The 308. It stopped that. I mean, it literally went in the exact same hole. The almighty 300 Win Mag. Technically, it stopped the bullet. A 338 Lapua Magnum. Dude. If it stopped, I'll be shocked. That did not sound good. It stopped it. So as you saw, it stopped every caliber I brought out, all the way up to a 300 Win Mag and the 338 Lapua. Not saying it looked pretty doing it or that I would want to take those impacts, but it did ultimately stop the rounds. And I promised you guys in that last video, if it stopped those calibers, I would buy more plates and we would test the 50 BMG. If we get through today's video with no pass-throughs, I will buy more of these and we'll make the 50 cal video. And of course, I am a man of my word, so I went ahead and got 2 more plates. The exact same thing as last time. You can see right there on the back where it says level 4 armor. And today we have got the Barrett M99 50 BMG. We have not shot this beast in a very long time, so this ought to be fun. Okay, so in the last video you saw it did stop everything we shot at it. Nothing went through, but on some of the bigger calibers, it basically just blew the body armor apart. So for today's video, I'm gonna set it up a little bit differently because obviously if it's in a plate carrier, you know, up against your body, that's probably not gonna be an option. So once again, we are using ballistic bob as always, but this time I have it hanging around his neck with some string and these big clamps, and then behind the plate, I have a piece of wood. I'm hoping that this will kind of keep the integrity of the armor and not let it deform so much that it separates the back from the front. And it would kind of act more like a chest bone than Bob's doughy ass body. So I've got duct tape around the plate and then more duct tape around Bob just to keep it in place. And this is how we're gonna shoot the 50. And really quick before we go any further, I'm sure you're all probably wondering where I got this sweet hoodie and jacket combo because it looks so freaking sick. And that's because it's from Arrowhead Tactical. Arrowhead Tactical offers athletic apparel for concealed carry to ensure you can carry no matter the situation, providing the most comfortable and safest clothing for EDC. From hoodies and shorts to joggers and holsters, Arrowhead Tactical apparel is designed for shooters by shooters. For instance, the hoodie that I'm wearing has an opening inside the pocket that you can zip and unzip, which allows you access to your concealed carry weapon. So if you wander into a sketchy situation and you don't want to telegraph your draw from a mile away, or maybe you're not ready to draw your weapon and then things escalate, you can just put your hands in your pockets and if you need to, you can quickly draw your pistol from a retention holster. They also just gave you guys a discount code. If you click the link in the description box below and use code ONESHOTTV, you will get a discount on your order, and I highly recommend Arrowhead Tactical. This is a company I've been looking at for a very long time, and I'm excited to finally be working with them. So Arrowhead Tactical, go check them out. All right, guys, here we go. I cannot believe we are even doing this. Like I said, I do have 2 plates, so if somehow it miraculously stops the first one, which I really don't think it's going to, we will try a different round on the second plate. One thing I can guarantee you, we're gonna get through this body armor today. So just for a reference, this is the plate that we shot with the 338 Lapua. You can see the entrance hole right there, and then the back face deformation right there. It did not go through, but it did basically blow this entire thing apart. So that's what I'm trying to prevent with the wood behind the armor on this one. We'll see what happens. And here's the round we're gonna shoot, a 660 grain M33 ball. Haven't shot this thing in probably a year. Let's go ahead and knock the dust off of it. Well, I kind of forgot how intense this thing is. It really clears the sinuses. Well, Bob definitely went down on that one, as expected, and here is some of the wood that was behind our body armor plate. Obviously, it's just annihilated as well. We got another piece of it right here. And this is our body armor plate. So that's the entrance hole right there. I think I can already kind of see what happened. And yep, punched straight through it. We have a massive exit hole on the back of the armor. Honestly, it did not blow it apart like some of the other calibers did. It could be the wood, or it could just be that the 50 was just way too much for it and it didn't really slow it down enough to blow the armor apart. It just pierced right through. But either way, there's the exit hole. Let's go ahead and stand Bob up. That is definitely, oh, he went back down. Sorry about that, Bob. Ugh. That's definitely the hardest impact that Bob has ever taken. And there's the bullet hole right there. You can see, maybe from the ceramic or the wood, I'm not really sure, but he's covered in stuff. We definitely have some wood fragments inside of Bob as well. And I believe that is probably the exit hole. So it went through the armor and all the way through Bob. Well, there's our answer. I can't say I'm surprised. I would honestly be shocked if it didn't go through, but it looks like our $60 Temu level 4 rifle plate is not rated for the 50 cal. And I'll be honest, I don't care what kind of body armor you're wearing. Even if it stopped that bullet, you're not gonna survive the impact. The 50 cal is just way too powerful. So another win for the Barrett. All right, now what I wanna do is try two $60 level 4 Temu rifle plates. So we have the one we just shot in the back. You can see that entrance hole right there towards the top. And then I have the brand new one right there in front of it. I'm gonna try to aim a little bit lower so we can avoid the compromised area on the second one. And we'll see if two of these bad boys can stop a 50 cal. I figured I've already got the second plate and there's really nowhere else to go from here because we saw what it did to one. So let's try two. By the way, this is still only $120 worth of body armor, like less than half the price of a high-end level 4 plate. So let's see if it can stop it. All right, guys, I am warming up in the truck for a minute, and before we go any further, I wanna tell you all about Renewal Rain. So Renewal Rain is a delicious mineral water drink that spiritually renews the mind and body by reminding you to focus on your relationship with God. Very few companies these days promote this kind of message, which is why I am so excited to work with Renewal Rain. This channel is obviously centered around the Second Amendment, freedom, and individual liberty. And the message behind Renewal Rain is a drink that's all about embracing the freedom and rejuvenation that's achieved through the Word of God. Life is a journey that's full of obstacles. We train hard, we push our limits, and at the end of the day, we all need to be physically and spiritually renewed. So head over to renewalrain.com and try it for yourself. That's renewalrain.com. Support a company who puts faith first and rejuvenate yourself in the process. Same bullet, 50 cal ball round. This one might glow a little bit on the way to the target, but we're only like 50 yards away, so probably not. Well, I saw something react after it hit the body armor, so maybe it stopped it. Let's go check it out. Okay, our table Definitely did not stay up after that one. And there is our 2 body armor plates and some of our cinder block. It looks like it even broke the concrete block that was behind it. So that is our entrance hole on plate number 1, exactly where I wanted it to go. Bottom half of that plate. And there is the exit hole. It's actually not as obvious as the first one. Oh! That is our bullet, or at least a big part of it. Just sitting right there on the back of plate number 1. That is freaking awesome, dude. I don't know how I didn't notice that. That is freaking cool. Still very warm, obviously. I'm gonna set that on the table. But yeah, so that's the exit hole on plate number 1. And then here is plate number 2, and check that out. The entire jacket from that 50 BMG. Entrance hole and no exit hole. So, 2 plates stopped the 50 cal. Either way, there you go. I don't know how you would wear 2 of these plates at the same time. It would be a heavy loadout, but if you can swing it, 2 $60 Temu level 4 plates will stop a freaking 50 cal. So, I honestly didn't even expect that. I thought it would blow straight through both of them, but I was wrong. All right, guys, before we go, I think I have one more test that I want to do, and hopefully this one will be somewhat helpful to you guys. So this is an RMA Armament level 4 plate. We did a video on these a while back, and I actually shot this one with a 338 Lapua. You can see the entrance hole right there. Flip it over. That is all the back face deformation that we got. And if we compare that to our $60 Temu plate that was hit with the exact same bullet, that's the entrance hole, and that is the deformation on that one. So there is quite a big difference between $60 Temu plates and the RMA higher quality plate. I'm not even sure what the price is on these, but I would assume it's several times more than this. So I want to shoot this one with the 50 cal Barrett and see if we can stop that round with 1 level 4 plate. Again, like I said earlier, I don't think it really matters if your body armor stops a caliber like this. You're probably not going to survive it anyway, but it would be cool to see how a higher quality plate reacts versus the $60 Temu plate with the same caliber. So let's find out. Put your guesses in the comments below. I am leaning towards it will probably go through, but I'm wrong like 99% of the time. So let's find out. Oh. That one sounded a lot different than the others. That's all I can really say. Let's go check it out. Well, the one thing I noticed on that one was the sound of that bullet impact. It sounded quite a bit different than the others that we've shot. And after watching the slow-mo, I think it might be because that bullet smoked that cinder block on the other side of the plate. I don't think it stopped it, but we'll go ahead and take a look. So this is what's left of our cinder block that was on the table. We've got pieces all over, and this is the RMA plate. So that was the 338 Lapua up there, and that is the 50 BMG down there. We flip it over. Yep, straight through. I'm sure you guys can see that. Clean pass through. Bullet hole right there from the 50 BMG. Again, it's not like it really matters because you're not surviving that anyway, but even the RMA plate could not stop the 50 cal. There is armor out there that will stop the 50. I've seen videos on it, but a basic level 4 plate is not gonna cut it for that caliber, so you dead. Well, this is crazy. About 15 feet away from our table, I found this, and that can only be one thing. That is the core of a 50 BMG, 100%. It's really most of the lead. It's a heavy projectile, and you can just tell by the shape that that's exactly what that is. And that is where our table's at. So it bounced back about 10 or 15 yards. All right, guys, there you have it. That has brought us to the end of our journey on the Temu body armor plate, at least for now. Maybe one day we'll find another one, but with this one, I'll be honest, you can't really ask for much more out of a $60 body armor plate. It stopped at 300 Win Mag, 338 Lapua, 308, 5.56, everything we've shot other than the Barrett 50, which is dang near impossible to stop. So that being said, I'd still recommend saving your money and getting a higher quality set of plates because there is gonna be a pretty big difference. Quality, construction, back face deformation, and ultimately protection. You're gonna get a much better result if you spend more money on body armor, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed with how well these did for 60 bucks. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's any other armor you would like to see me shoot with the Barrett, because I would be glad to do it. I had an absolute blast doing this today. So again, hope y'all liked the video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit that like button for me, guys. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.